it's just been it's been a life changer, for me. We talked last night. Maybe we could close with this.
Sure.
One of the defining moments. You asked me, Jeff, was there some defining moments in your business? And I think back when I was in my early 20s, and my dad working for someone else, and there was always more a month than there was money, and struggling and juggling. And I'm the oldest of three boys, and it was really a defining moment when he died at the age of 46 of a massive heart attack. And I tell people that was the worst day of my life. But I turned it into the best day of my life, because it's not the meaning, or it's not what happens, it's what you do with what happens. It's not the event, it's the meaning you give it. And I took that deepest pain in my life and used it to grow as a person and to serve. And there was some things there that shaped my life. And one of my whys back then was, not coming from a wealthy family, and, seeing my parents struggle. And I remember my mom driving us, taking the boys somewhere, and she had a car, and it wasn't the nicest car. It was a little beat up and had a little rust on it, but she was a proud woman. But I could tell there was some pain there. And I remember as a kid sitting in the back of that car saying to myself, if someday, if I could, I would. If I could, I would like to help my mother and father. Or if I could, I would like to do this for my grandparents, or for my family, or for my charity, or whatever if I could, I would. So I remember when I got introduced to this industry, I had a huge why. And part of the why was that if I could, I would. Of course I wanted to be able to get a home myself someday, and have some of these things that I dreamed of as a kid. But I remember going to work and working 8 to fame, putting in those 20-hour days, getting up early, working late, burning the midnight oil, putting that extra 10% effort in that produced 90% of the work, the results. And, if you got the why in place, the how part's not that difficult. Come on, when you really get down to it, it's not that difficult how to build this. So that why was, that I said to myself, if someday, if I was ever in the position, I'd love to buy my mom a new car. And after a few years of working really hard, I was in that position. After investing back into my business, building it, 20-hour work days, just really going after it. And I'll never forget, it was on a Christmas morning. I've got the car outside, and I found out what the car of her dreams was, of if she could have any car. And I bought this car. I didn't buy myself a car first. This was for my mom first. So I buy her this car, and I load it up. If you're going to shoot a king, kill him. I put all the bells and whistles in. I mean, I got her the insurance, the gas card, the whole deal. And she's up in the mountains, and I'm up there on Christmas morning, and I got the car out in front of her home. And you know how it has that morning dew on the car, and I got a big red bow on the hood. And I'll never forget bringing her out. And that first thing in the morning, Christmas morning, she comes out, and she sees the car. And I hand her the keys, and I tell her how much I love her. And I see these tears of joy running down my mother's face. And I thought I was the one that was giving. The floodgates were open. I was the one that was receiving. And I just never forget, being able to that why I've been able to give that to my mom. And I'm sure there's some moms out there. How many moms would like your son to do that for you, right? It's so funny because my mom, we've got a great relationship now, and we talk about she says she was at a conference not too long ago, and I had I don't know how many thousands of people were there, and she was in the front row, and I acknowledged her. And what a chance to be able to acknowledge your mom at a convention like that. And she said afterwards, she says, Jeffrey, I wish you wouldn't tell that story. You made us sound like we were so poor.
Yeah, right.
And she goes, and by the way, that car was quite a few years ago, and it's only a 2-wheel drive. I need something four-wheel. I said, okay, I get your point. And she goes, and by the way, you only have one mother.
Yeah,
I said, thank God I can't afford two the way we're going. But no, it's I've been able to do some great things there with her.
Yeah.
And, as far as providing some, and with, like you even asked me last night about different charities and different things you can be involved in and different things you can do. It's just been very rewarding beyond any financial success. Yes, do I believe that I'm on pace to be one of the first distributors to earn over $100 million?
Sure.
Absolutely. That is going to happen. I've got that, but that is a measuring stick.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that measuring stick is measuring the impact, the difference,
Yep.
the lives you touch. That's what's very rewarding, is the emotional and spiritual revenue. And so if you get your why in place,
Yeah.
and that would just maybe a story that maybe somebody could relate to as far as why to do the business.
Here's what I would tell you. I know your mom's proud of you, and your time today is incredibly grateful. And I would tell you this: if your dad was alive today, he would be unbelievably proud of you. Not for the things that you've earned, but for your contribution. In the day-to-day and around the world, and what you've done for the people that are watching here right now. You're not invested in their business. This is a contribution back into the network marketing profession, and we're all grateful for it.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for what you're doing for everyone out there,
Yeah,
too, by the way.
we're having fun.
Really making a difference.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, my wish for you, our wish for you, is that you decide to become a network marketing professional. You grow you.
It's grow me, serve you, baby.
Grow me, serve you, because it is a stone cold fact that we do have a better way. Now let's go tell the world. Everybody have a great day, and we will see you next time. Take care.